on Box 5, Atlanta, about a POS cop named CODY WOOD that likes to give innocent people, DUIs. This guy is a real POS. So go over to Box 5 Atlanta, check them out, watch their videos, like, share, and subscribe. And please make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this one. Love y'all. We out.
For Courtney and Tom, these people did not have any drugs on them or smell like they've been drinking. They were pulled over on minor traffic violations, with the officer deciding he could tell they were under the influence, despite some obvious signs suggesting otherwise.
I thought I was coming down here to have dinner with my friends, listen to some people sing some karaoke, and then go home.
You been drinking tonight?
But apparently he had other ideas.
It had been more than 3 hours since Aaron Cash says he had any alcohol that night last April. Commerce police officer CODY WOOD said Cash crossed the center line as he drove away. We can't confirm because the city said the dash cam video was lost during a transfer to a new system.
Now, isn't that a convenient excuse?
7, 8, 9.
But it's clear from Wood's body cam, after putting the 22-year-old through a series of tests and looking into his eyes, he thought Cash was drunk.
Are you sure you only had one beer and one shot?
Yes, sir.
Because that's not what I'm seeing.
But Officer Wood failed to put in his report something he did see: the results of a breathalyzer field test to detect alcohol. Cash blew a 000, no alcohol detected, not just once, but 8 times at the scene.
000, 8 times on the scene?
The officer even trying a different device borrowed from his sergeant.
Giving 000s.
Yet they still decided to charge Aaron Cash with DUI.
I think I'm probably about to lose my job, too.
At the jail, Officer Wood called in a Jefferson police officer who was certified to use a more elaborate alcohol sensor. Cash blew 2 more times and then waited for the Jefferson cop to read the results.
He starts looking through the paperwork, and then he looks up at me, looks over at the arresting officer, looks back at me, says, "Is this an effing joke?" And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Because you blew 000s twice. Like, you're not drunk. I don't know why you're here."
Even though he had now passed 10 breath tests, Wood still charged Cash with drunk driving. It was eventually dismissed.
Now, you cop-sucking bootlickers think this is an isolated incident. Well, you're just full of shit. This happened everywhere, all the time.
Is doing people wrong.
Tommy Rucker got a call from his niece last October that she was being charged with driving under the influence of drugs. The retired cop headed to the scene.
I said, she don't drink, she don't do drugs, she just left the house.
There were no drugs in Ashley Faust's car. Officer Wood determined she was impaired because he decided she failed the field test, noting in his report her eyelids had tremors throughout one of the tests. On January 8th, her blood test results finally came back, all clean, no drugs, and the city dropped all charges.
Go figure.
That's when Commerce Police put Officer Wood on paid leave.
And there it is. Paid vacation, courtesy of the citizens of Commerce, Georgia.
And started looking at all of his DUI cases. We did as well, and discovered that he made twice as many DUI arrests last year as all the other Commerce police officers combined. No one from Commerce would sit down to answer our questions.
They never answer questions when they know they did wrong.
In a written statement, Police Chief Ken Harmon said he's also reviewing the actions and involvement of other officers to ensure compliance with departmental policy. Aaron Cash tried to tell the chief.
He did.
You tried to tell the chief.
Yes, I did.
And yet this officer remained on the force.
He did.
Obviously, Commerce, Georgia is another corrupt police department.
I don't know what's going on. It's the first time I tried to use it.
Wood was never disciplined after the wrongful DUI arrest of Aaron Cash last April. A student pilot, Cash managed to get his arrest records expunged, so it won't affect his dream to eventually get his pilot's license.
If you have an officer that is continuously making false arrests. That doesn't just reflect badly on that officer. That reflects badly on the whole department and then the cops as a whole.
Now, I talked briefly by phone to Officer Wood. He declined a chance to explain himself, citing department policy.
So poor Aaron Cash and others, you wonder if a lawsuit could be brought against either the officer or the police department.
Lawsuits often do get filed, and they often do get dismissed against police departments because the officer was doing his job, even if the job perhaps wasn't being done the right way.
All right. Well, I'm sure you're going to stay on this. There's a lot to follow up on.
We have a lot more coming. Yes, we do, Courtney.
All right. Randy,
Thanks, Randy.
Okay.
Well, there you have it, folks. That's Commerce Police Department. And that's the man in charge, Ken Harmon, Police Chief. Let's see what he has to say. The Commerce Police Department is committed to providing unsurpassed law enforcement and public safety services to citizens and visitors in the Commerce jurisdiction. Our staff is committed to further enhancing the quality of life in the city of Commerce by the preservation of peace, the guarding of personal rights and liberty, and reduction of crime through the delivery of professional police services. That's enough of that bullshit. And look right there, right on the front page. To pay a ticket, click here. Tell me this isn't a cash cow city department. And here are the elected officials in Commerce, Georgia, if you choose to redress the government there. And here's the city manager. Oh wait, his or her picture, phone number, or email address is not even on the site. So I guess the assistant city manager will have to do. And his name's Matthew Hailey. And here's some more contact information for Commerce, Georgia. They're saying, contact us. They're asking you to. But if you do, please be respectful, folks. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And always, always film the police.